Every year, I spend 3 weeks teaching at the University of Washington's Robinson Center for Young Scholars. It's a busy but amazing 3 weeks, where I get to show 5th and 6th graders how amazing the world of 3D design and 3D printing is. They walk in on day 1 bright-eyed and excited, and 3 weeks later they walk out with a newfound knowledge of the most fascinating technology in the world. That is, when they're not screwing around! Look, I love my students, I love teaching, but when you have a group of nearly 40 kids, all with laptops, the temptation is simply too high for them, and they end up playing some games. That's not a huge deal. I like to give the students some freedom to take little breaks and blow off steam, but I could also very clearly tell when they were blowing off their work to game. That's right, students. I know some of you are subscribed to me now on YouTube, and all those times you didn't think I noticed you playing games? Oh, I noticed. Every single time. But every time I would walk around the room and see them frantically switch tabs without realizing I could still very clearly see what they were playing, I wondered, what kind of games are they playing anyway? I remember a lot of Flash games I played, but that was when the internet was in its infancy back in the early 1500s. So I think it's time to judge some children.
Ragdoll Archer.
I used to play a Flash game called Bowman 2, and this game reminds me a lot of that. In fact, I think they use the same sound effects for shooting arrows. You just gotta pull the bow back and shoot the arrow at your opponent. The ragdoll physics add a little RNG to how your arrow flies, and more importantly, create some comedic value. There are some power-ups that fly up, and some of your opponents have armor, but the thing I immediately notice is how to get more consistent power-ups, you have to watch ads. I have a feeling there's gonna be a theme in a lot of these games.
City Car Driving Simulator Online.
Yup. Anyway, this game is just about driving around, avoiding cops, hitting sick jumps, and earning money to upgrade your car. It's fairly basic gameplay-wise, but there's a pretty surprising amount of customization here, lots to unlock, and it feels like the same kind of theory of people like driving around and doing stuff that led to Mario Kart World, and it even has multiplayer so I can play with my friends in the US. I mean, my friends in the UK. It's not bad, but like a lot of Flash games, I think I get bored pretty quickly. Unless I was, say, sitting next to 2 other people playing the same game and hoping the teacher didn't notice. I totally noticed, guys. You 3 in the back were not subtle at all.
Space Waves.
Oh, I've seen this one before. This is one of those games YouTubers rage at. It's like a fast challenge version of VVVVVV. Hold up to go up, let go to go down, avoid any and all obstacles to get to the end. I swear, these games are specifically made to be overreacted to. But still, there's something addictive about it, and there are a lot of levels to play. And I do like the feature where you can create save and load states. Also, this is the first game without any monetization I could find. So, big thumbs up to that, even if clearly the proper reaction to it would be screaming and throwing my keyboard at a goose or something.
Swole Simulator.
And the ad monetization is back. This one's weird. You run into icons and drag them across the field, getting energy for each one. But if you take too many, you slow down. You exchange that energy for a chance to work out, leveling yourself up and letting you carry more and more, until you can pull this big crate out of the way to get to the next section where you repeat the process. I have no clue how long this loop repeats for, but I got bored with it really quickly. And I only played long enough to confirm that after Noob, the next level up is Tiny Weakling? And frankly, game, how dare you?
Draw my path, Obby.
Yeah, Obby, what the hell are you waiting for? Draw my path already! I swear I've played games like this a million times, but I still get a kick out of them. It's a platformer, with the gimmick being you can draw your own path with the mouse. Fun when done right, boring when done wrong. And this one is definitely wrong, because you don't actually regain power in your pencil, so you have to stop gameplay and erase everything you risk losing. But if you're stuck, you can skip ahead by watching an ad, or get a power-up by watching an ad, or unlock emojis for, oh, go to hell, game. All these ads are just for other games, too. It's not like they're trying to sell me something, and who the hell is Obby, anyway? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Parker Race.
A 3D platformer, and I say that with the most massive quotation marks possible because you run forward automatically and it's incredibly hard to actually lose since you can run up buildings, jump to get a boost, and climb basically any wall. That said, I'm not kidding when I say I like this game more than Mirror's Edge. At least this game has some energy to it. Oh hey, an ad.
Type them all.
Hey, I've played this one recently. It's where you have to name every single Pokemon. I had to include this one because on the first day of class, a group of students spent every break desperately trying to complete it and soliciting help from everyone in the room, including me. It's a tall order, and they reported to me on day 2 that they completed it after only 12 hours. I don't think I can name every single one of them, but I think I can flex my skills with the original 151. Oh god, what the hell is between Victory Bell and Geodude? Oh, am I old? I just did this with friends a month and a half ago.
Cool Merge IO.
This one is a weird mix of Agar IO and 2048. You pick up pool balls to grow stronger. Once you have 2 2s, they combine into 4s, 2 4s combine into 8, and so on forever. I also kind of assume that despite what the game says, it isn't actually online. When every single player has a name that's a combo of a descriptor and a noun, and seem to be moving pretty randomly, it's obvious that they're just throwing a bunch of crappy bots in here. Oh good, you can revive yourself with an ad. Very solid. It's been a few nanoseconds since the last one. I was getting worried.
Wordle Unlimited.
0 out of 10, literal unplayable garbage.
Crazy Games Squid Game Online.
You know Squid Games? Imagine that, but it sucks and nobody is playing. It recreates all the games from the first season of Squid Game. Red Light, Green Light, Dalgona, Tug of War, a marble game with really poorly explained rules. Honestly, I got way more fun out of the parody crab game on Steam than this. Because when it comes down to it, the actual games in Squid Game are kinda boring. It was only the threat of death and being dragged out into 3 seasons that gave it the extra spice.
Merge Canon. Chicken Defense.
Finally, a nice simple name for a game we can all understand. Haha, what? I actually like this game to a point. I'm a sucker for tower defense, and the gimmick here is fun. You buy cannons and then can merge 2 level 1s into a level 2 to make it stronger, then 2 level 2s into a level 3, etc, etc. It's a solid idea. The problem is these freaking ads! The chickens overwhelm me, and the best way to get major power-ups and more cannons is to watch ads. This is exactly what turns me and the rest of humanity off of mobile gaming. I'd seriously love this game if the ads weren't so prevalent, but instead I'm just giving up and moving on. Seriously, kids, ads aren't that prevalent in the rest of life. Okay, maybe they are, but my point is, play Plants vs. Zombies instead.
The Impossible Quiz.
Wow, I remember this one. This is one of the most famous Flash games ever. It's a 100-question quiz with that kind of mid-2000s lol random humor and high difficulty where a lot of the questions are very trial and error. But going back, a lot of the questions also do have some logic to them, and the way it trains memorization and note-taking while encouraging you to think a little more cleverly is really admirable. Much love, Impossible Quiz. I beat you once before, like 15 years ago. I don't plan on doing it again.
Just watching Beyblade YouTube shorts.
Okay, this one isn't the game, but I kinda get it. These are hypnotic.
Blocks Fusion.
A super basic puzzle game, you drag random assortments of colored blocks into a grid, get 4 colors touching to erase them. It's simple, but that's what makes puzzle games like this so addictive, and I could totally see this being a hit if it had come out on the Game Boy. And while it's simple at first, there's a lot of strategy that comes into it as the board gets more full up, especially with the non-traditional shapes. Or you can just hit the add button and watch an ad to clear the screen, which completely defeats the purpose and renders the game pointless. Also, what the hell am I watching?
Dual Cat.
Oh wow, this one is an actual story. 2 cats are kidnapped by evil science robots who do science on them until one of them dies. But it now exists as a living Schrodinger's cat, where you can swap between being living and dead at any time. But all it really does is mean you hit F to go dead, and you can't move but can't take damage. It's a generally fun concept, but it really makes me long for a game that does more with it, instead of this rather generic and incredibly slow platformer. Oh, and of course you can watch an ad to skip the level. I'm numb to it at this point. And finally, the one and only...
Dessert Maker.
I was kinda hoping for more of a simulator-type game, but this ends up being really boring. A dead-eyed homunculus comes up and wants something, so you make it. There's an illusion of choice, but it comes down to basic stuff like color or what fruit JPEG goes in your popsicle or ice cream. And even then, some of them are locked behind ads, which is even more absurd. It wouldn't even let me add way too many sprinkles to it, which means my idea of all sprinkles ice cream will simply never catch on. Thankfully, the game livens up a bit when we enter the cool guy zone. To be fair to this guy, that's also exactly what I say anytime I enter a store at all. Wait, what? I mean, you literally saw me make that monstrosity. What did you expect? I don't like this game anymore. So what have we learned today? The art of ignoring the teacher by playing Flash games continues, and I must say that as a teacher now myself, I am profoundly disappointed in my students. So here's a message to all of them, as well as one to all students in general. If you ever do feel the urge to blow off whatever work you're supposed to be doing in class to instead play Flash games, Play some good ones. Play Fishy or the original Bloons Tower Defense, or No One Has to Die, or The Eye of It, or Learn to Fly, or even Super Smash Flash. Look, I'm not trying to say Flash games are sacred, but it's always better to go with things made by actual creators with heart and soul, and without all those obnoxious ads in the way. So what I'm saying is, if you're gonna ignore the teacher, do it well. Huh. I wonder if I'm part of the problem here. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to see more videos 2 times a week from Game Boy Roulette, Dollar Store Gaming, 10 Things You Missed, and much, much more. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.